The show, by conception, is the story of a man who becomes president overnight. The show is a journey of watching this man try and take on the responsibilities of the presidency. How does that affect him? How does that affect his family? He really is trying to strengthen his presidency. He's trying to bring the country back from the brink of a disaster.
4, 3.
My fellow Americans.
I think I would describe Kirkman as a regular citizen, oddly in the way that makes him a good president. He's incredibly honest. He puts country above himself.
I think he's a very honorable person. He has a very strong moral center or compass, and his intentions are always to do what he believes to be the right thing for the American people.
President Kirkman is a fiercely loyal and truly decent man.
Hey, Dr. Chin was just filling me in on our little friend here.
He's a president that I guess the country would love to have, a kind heart of a man.
He's incredibly resilient, can fight off a wide variety of enemies, holds his ground.
It's fiercely protective of its family.
And doesn't even sleep much. I think he's a perfect namesake.
We thought so too, sir.
Seth, why don't you get the White House photographer?
You look at Kirkman and you say, this is a guy who I would love to have as a neighbor.
Just beautiful.
Or as a professor, or as a president.
Kirkman is so earnest and so straight, but there's layers in it, and there's twinkle in it, and there's sadness in it, and there's strength in it.
And at the same time, ruthless when it comes to injustice.
He's grown into this kind of really forceful president. You know, he was handed the sword and the sword kind of fell to the ground and he was like, what, I'm supposed to? Now he really wields it.
Come back to me with more than 75% and I'll launch the damn missiles myself.
How much more?
25, damn it!
In this administration, President Kirkman's certainly standing strong for justice, you know, for what's morally correct for the whole of the country.
I want you to know how brave he was. And that there are people alive today because of what your father did. That's what made him a hero. And if anyone asks you how you know that, I want you to tell them that the President of the United States told you. He's always going to try and do the right thing. It doesn't mean he'll accomplish that. And I think one of the great difficulties for any politician is what you're willing to sacrifice to ensure a victory in another area. Mr. Grandy, I wanted to thank you in person for your work and congratulate you on becoming a National Medal for the Arts recipient.
Thank you, sir. But I can't accept.
And it's a constant trade, and I think that that's what I find voters get very frustrated about. But it is just the necessary evil of politics. I'm sorry?
I can't accept. I'm not someone you can honor.
How is that?
I abhor what you stand for. I think the establishment is cancerous, and I can't be bought off by a trinket.
I'm counting on that.
I'm sorry, what?
Government exists simply as a means. It allows us to live, love, create. If you didn't exist, there'd be no reason for me to. I don't think Tom Kirkman as a character was ever interested in politics. And the irony is that, you know, he was not even an elected official, so he'd never even run for office before.
I think that Designated Survivor brings, at the end of the day, a lot of hope. The hope of a better America, the hope of everybody working in perfect harmony.
You look at everything that Kirkman says, he's trying to hold a divided America together on our show. I think he does that well. You know, he doesn't need to be a Democrat or a Republican because he's an independent. He can kind of say to both parties, look, there's a greater good that's at play here.
President Lincoln prophetically cautioned, a house divided against itself cannot stand. Will we be united in the pursuit of truth and reason, or break apart because of conjecture and suspicion? Regardless of political ideology, Democrat or Republican, or independent, we're Americans first, and we have to work together to grow the economy. We have to work together to create the strong society that I think democracy requires. And I think that that's something that he would hope would be his legacy, that he managed to not only bring the country back from this incredible disaster, but be able to make it more connected. We have weathered his challenge, but there will be others, and I will be here to meet them with you. God bless you. and God bless America.